Imagine getting millions of plays on your music before it's even released. Today, I'm gonna show you why 90% of music artists fail and how you can succeed in getting your music heard. And make sure to stay till the end because I saved the best tip for last. Hey, it's Music by Lucas, and I'm here on the Boombox.io YouTube channel, the new home of collaboration. If you haven't checked out Boombox yet, you can go get your free account using the link in the description. You can start collaborating with artists around the world, store your files, and much more. So in the last few years, something very interesting has happened. Spotify is no longer the place where you want to hype up your music. That is Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and other social media platforms. But the majority of artists have not seemed to get this yet, and they're still focused on just putting their music on Spotify and hoping people will hear it. But the problem is, when you just release your music on Spotify, usually the first time people hear it is when it's already finished, when it's already released. But the secret is to build that hype first on social media platforms before the song ever comes out on Spotify. In fact, some artists are just releasing their music on social media, and just from that, they've been able to amass large followings and even book their own tours. So what you want to do is you want to start bringing your audience in to your track creation process. Show them the early stages of how the track is coming together and involve them in that. Imagine sharing clips of your song as you're creating it, and people are getting really excited about it, starting to build some hype. The song can go trending, other creators start using it in their videos, and other people click that audio to see who the original creator was. Now they're coming to your profile, they're following you, so you're getting more followers just from that, and you're building up all of this hype so that by the time you're getting people begging you to release this track, then you drop it on Spotify. And before that even, you can build tons of pre-save so that when it comes out on Spotify, it can be even bigger. You can also build so much hype that maybe you can make it into a collab, or maybe you can get a record deal with a big major label. There is so many possibilities now by releasing clips of your music on social media. And if you're afraid that people might steal your music, stay tuned for tip number 3 where I break that down for you. And the second reason why most artists fail is because no one knows the story behind their music. No one knows their story and their journey to get to that finished song. And it may sound kind of crazy, but the story behind your song can be as important, if not more important, than the actual song itself. When people feel emotionally attached to something, they'll feel more invested in your song and in your success as an artist. So this is where authenticity comes into it, and taking people behind the scenes into, for example, how you wrote the song, who you were working with, what that experience was like. And how you share your story depends on your brand as an artist. Like for example, if you are more of a comedic personality, an extrovert, maybe your behind the scenes stuff will be more funny, silly. And if you're more of an introverted, or maybe more of like a serious producer, maybe it'll be more moody, more kind of like you just have the camera on the wall and you're just filming yourself, showing like how you played the track on piano or recording the vocal session, and it's kind of more quiet and behind the scenes. I'm actually curious to know what your kind of personality traits are. Like, are you introverted, extroverted? Do you play a particular instrument? Are you more like of a comedic person? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to reply with some personalized feedback and tips on how you can market your music on your socials. Number 3 is to get outside of your own comfort zone. Now this one sounds the simplest, but it can be the hardest to accomplish. Like when I started the Music by Lucas YouTube channel, I was doing tips and I didn't feel very confident doing that. I felt like, people weren't gonna believe me, or they were gonna look me up and think I was a fraud because I didn't have a big resume. But the more I put myself out there, the more I started to realize that all those external factors that I was worried about didn't matter, and I made it a part of my brand that anyone can succeed whether they have a big resume or not. The more you put yourself out there, the more you're gonna feel comfortable putting yourself out there, and it's gonna be easier to be your true self, which is gonna make it easier to connect with your audience, which is gonna make it easier for you to grow. Some tips would be to reference some other people's reels, for example, who do clips of their music and put it out there, and to try different filming styles. Like if you're gonna speak in the videos and you're not super comfortable doing that yet, have a script, have some simple talking points at first. Eventually, you'll get past that and it'll all just flow easier. And also, if you collaborate on more music, it means that you can collaborate on content, and that can make it a lot simpler because you end up having a teammate to be involved in this process with you. And being worried that someone is gonna steal your 7-second song clip or whatever, and they're gonna put it online and take all the glory, I think is something that we have to get past as artists. Just remember that there are a lot of big artists sharing their music before it's released. Also remember, people can steal your music after it's released. Also remember that if people are stealing your music, it means you're doing something right. But if you want me to dive deeper into this topic, let me know in the comments below. So now you can see why social media platforms are so important to market your music, and why Spotify isn't the only answer. And Boombox is giving a $500 gift card for your studio gear or software to someone who comments below on these YouTube videos every month. So be sure to comment below. You can find me online at Music by Lucas and Boombox at boombox.io. See you next time.